Yo, 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 yo. What up, everybody? Let's just put it out there. FSU week. You got the average Canes with the Miami Mayhem show. What's going on, Ayo?
Is it like Christmas or is it better than Christmas for Florida State week, bro? Like I have been waiting for this all year and it's finally here. And it couldn't have gone any better for us. If I'm them, I don't know are you showing up at the Rock if you're at Florida State? I don't know. We'll talk about it.
Let's get into some stuff, guys, real quick. We'll make a couple of announcements that we'll bring our guest on. Yes, guys, I apologize. My son is a high school senior baseball pitcher. He'll be playing in college next year. He committed a month ago. He will be playing in the Miami area next year for college. But so I'm at his high school game. He's pitching in about an hour, so I'm a little remote today. First, let's give our shout out to Caneswear, our sponsor. Right there, guys, use the promo code BELTTOAZZ, BELTTOAZZ. You can do it in person or online. You're going to get additional 12% off your purchase price, including clearance stuff. So, man, we're thankful for Caneswear. Those are our people. And another announcement, we will be doing a live show from Caneswear at 9 a.m. From Caneswear. Me, Ayo, possibly Max, maybe Rasta. Maybe I can get John in there. I'm having a whole family. I'm spreading the word out there. But thank the Lord, bro. 9 a.m., we're going to have our show, and then we'll have the tailgate show in the afternoon from the actual arena. So let's just get into it. Let's bring the one, the only, el cafecito, el presidente, Mr. Juan. We'll call him Juan. What's going on, John? Thanks for joining us, brother.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. We're gonna get right into it, John, and I'm gonna tell you straight up, John. You do many platforms. You're always with Flow on Sundays. We, of course, one of the biggest shows out there. You have your own platform, which we love watching all the time. I want you to take that mindset and throw it out, because today you're an average Canes fan. That is it. Ellen, yes, 9 a.m. Caneswear opening up at 10. We are doing a show with all the guys. John, you're more than welcome to join us. Max is coming. Ross is trying to be there. It's going to be a 45-minute show, and we're going to chop it up inside Caneswear before they even open. And because we're doing the show, we get to go shopping before everybody else and spend some money. But I want you to take that mindset of the, you're very good with recruiting. You break this down. Not today. Not today. I want to see the John from our private chat from the watch parties. And, bro, for the last 2 decades, everything you've seen up and down with this team, bro. 2017, we had a little bit of a, oh my God, is it really coming? And then we had the letdown. How does this year, going into this FSU game, compare to what you've seen, let's say, the last 10 years?
Well, basic certainty that we're going to win, for one. I mean, that's been missing for the last few years. And just the way this team is built top to bottom, we're deep. We got size. We got athleticism. We got weapons on the outside, and we have a quarterback. Now, if our defense can make some tackles, I won't feel like I'm going to have a heart attack when I'm watching them. But I know if they just clean that up a little bit, and I think they're going to be playing with their hair on fire because it's a rivalry game. So I'm not too worried about the hustle on the field. So I just know if the offense just takes care of the football, if they give Cam time to go through his reads and throw, we get the running game going, we are going to be just fine. It's going to be a nice, easy night at the ballpark. But the reason it feels different is all those things I just mentioned. And this time it's sustainable. Whereas for whatever reason, 2017, you would think after a 10-win season like that, Mark Richt could have capitalized and gotten a top 3 recruiting class for the next 5 years after that, which is what Mario's going to parlay the season into. I mean, look what he's doing when we're going 5-7. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I kept saying, wait till we start winning, and then you see who he's going to recruit, you know? So it's for many reasons it's different, and I think we can all see it.
And I want perspective from both of you guys, but Ayo, some people have called me crazy. I think the first quarter is going to be tighter than people think, maybe even parted to halftime. FSU has nothing to lose. They can play dirty all they want. You know how easy it is to get in Jacoby George's head. So there's going to be they're being told probably, let's do whatever it takes to piss them off, personal foul. They have nothing to lose. What are they playing for? Mm-hmm. So there's going to be dirty. We know that their starting left tackle is not out. We know their starting running back is out. Their starting linebackers out. It's still FSU and Miami, Ayo. Am I crazy for thinking this is going to be a tight game, maybe a 10-point game lead going into halftime, and then we take it into the second half? Okay, now we can just put our dominance on them because they got nobody else. They're tired. We're not. We have depth. They don't. Am I crazy for thinking, Norman from Hawaii. What's good, boys? $20 dono. Norman, you always support the NIL. We appreciate you. Norman, I hope we get you to a game one year. Because the day you come for a game from Hawaii, we'll cook whatever you want at the tailgate. We got your back. So, Norman, we appreciate you. But, Ayo, am I crazy for thinking that way?
No, I mean, realistically, we've gotten off to slow starts. I mean, even rewatching the Louisville game, which we'll kind of get back into a little bit here in a little bit, but we start off a little slow. We're kind of feeling people out. You know, Miami gives up big plays. Let's be real. You know, our defense has struggled in understanding what they should exactly be doing, but they're playing safe, you know, and that sometimes does lead to that trick play working. You're blitzing, you're coming in, you're being aggressive, and they pop it right over your head. They're going to throw flea flickers at you. They're going to throw halfback passes and wide receiver, you know, screen throws back to the quarterback. They're going to try everything and anything. They might even try like the flying V from like the Mighty Ducks. I don't know. They're going to try and throw everything at the damn wall to try and fool Miami, right? Like you kind of alluded to, they have nothing to lose in this game. It can all go even further downhill for them if they don't even stay faced, though. So you got to think of the ripple effect of that side too. Is if you show you're just incompetent, unresponsive, and you're not even willing to battle your rival anymore, it's going to go downhill for Mike and them boys real quick. So I do think they're going to be dirty. You're right. I think they're going to go after, you know, JG. I think they're going to go after Cam. I think you're going to see them.
I think you're going to see them tackling a lot at the ankles and rolling over on Cam to do whatever it takes. Yeah. I honestly think there might be an old lineman or two that might just punch somebody in the mouth, and they may need to, because that's what I see happening. And let's just take it for it. It's 100% going to happen. What is it, John? What is it? About 50% of their roster, maybe 30, is from Orlando, further south.
A good chunk of it. I don't know what the number is, but yeah, a lot of them are.
Yeah. So, I mean, I just feel like this is the game where if I'm Miami, I play fast. I do not let off like you did with Louisville, right? You just go straight. If they can stop you 4 times, good for them. Give them the ball back. But I think you do the same thing. You go for 4th and 2s, 4th and 3s. You just keep doing touchdowns, because once you get past 28, which you should be able to do by halftime, I'm taking all my starters out. I'm letting everybody go back out, because the longer this game goes, the more frustrated FSU is going to become, especially when they're looking at a loss, right? You're now 1-7. You don't know why you went to that school. You're going to get heckled from behind you. You're probably going to start getting heckled on the field with our guys, right? You're going to start looking around, start getting even more pissed off, and nothing's going to piss off an FSU person more than seeing a Miami team dominate because they know it was coming, right? Like that shellacking last year was bullshit and should have had that win. Then you ran up the score the year prior when we had all of our, team down in the down, and there was no mercy, right? They didn't take their starters out, and now we're going to do the same thing, and they know it's coming. Like that's the bad part for them is they know it's coming. So I feel like get the starters out. Second and third guys get in there. They get a lot of reps. They get to understand what that rivalry really is. But I want everybody out by mid third quarter, if that.
So John, AO brought up a good point. If Miami plays his offensive potential, let's just say our offense is rolling like it has in the last 3 games, the last 7 games. Our defense takes the bad and we cut it by 50% only. Let's just say we improved by 50% from the last 3 games. Do you agree, middle third quarter, because of what Miami has a chance to play for in this year, do you say, all right, we've already seen 3 personal fouls on them. Screw this. Get everybody out. We'll keep the pads on. In case they get a score or 2, maybe we have to make another drive. Do you like AO's perception on that?
I do. Yeah. Your goal should be to get the starters out by like midway through the third quarter. Because they would try to take a cheap shot at Cam. They would try to take a cheap shot at one of our guys because they're trash and they would do that.
Right.
I wouldn't put it past them. So don't even give them the opportunity to do that. Jump on them early. Now, I know AO, you're probably thinking they'll jump out to that quick the quick passing. They'll jump out to that quick start that they did against Louisville, maybe against Florida. I'm the opposite. My first 10 to 15 plays are handoffs. I would ram it right down their throat. I would have Cam tell them, hey, A gap, it's coming. Boom. All right, B gap on this play. I'm coming right at you. Boom. And just pound them and pound them and pound them for that first drive because I don't think they'll be able to stop it. If they start to bring guys in the box, okay, throw it over their head. Obviously don't try to run on 9 or 10 guys in the box. But, yeah, I would literally tell them, hey, a handoff is coming. Try to stop it. That would be my first drive. And just if you could score on that drive, guess what? The game's over because you've just demoralized them.
In the first drive. That I actually like that a lot. But I think my biggest worry is, like you guys kind of mentioned, and it kind of didn't hit me until you just said that. You ram it down their throat, right? You have literally the game mentally just destroyed. I think this part for Mike, and I feel bad for it, but I think the cheap shots do come later in the game because I don't think Mike actually has any control over that team. Like I think a lot of those guys are just done. They've mentally checked out. And the worst part is, here's what I don't understand. FSU posts their social media of their practices. It has been some of the funniest shit I have watched in a 30 to 1 minute clip. And I'm like, why would you post this? Like, who is okay?
Did you see the one where Mike Norvell always runs out of practice? The whole team tries he races the team down to the end zone, and from last year he had the whole team he was racing. I think a few weeks ago they posted a practice one. Don't ask me why they would put that. One player raced them down the field. One. So the team is checked out 100%. Hey, real quick, I want to make a comment. Norman, we know spam is big in Hawaii. So our chef from the tailgate said we can hook you with some spam. Now our chef KP is Cuban. He can fry up some spam. I'll give you that much. Firefighter King, how you doing, bro? You say you're gonna be at the tailgate. So Firefighter King, when you get to the tailgate, you have to be careful with this guy, Mike, Big Dog King. I have confirmed we have over 10 gallons of Tito's coming for the Canes juice. Just for the Canes juice. We have over 10 gallons of Tito's confirmed. John's already getting a headache just thinking about it.
I like John's reaction right when he
heard
that.
So people are getting arrested is what you're telling me. Okay.
Correct.
Oh, okay. We're getting fucked up. I'm just letting you know right now. I bought season tickets starting 3 years ago, guys. John, and I got messed up the first tailgate. After I felt the sun, dehydration, and couldn't work for like 3 days because my body couldn't take it, I said, I don't drink alcohol on tailgates. I may have one drink. Maybe somebody offers me one shot for a big game. Okay. We getting messed up this week. 10 gallons of Tito's. I'm Anejo tequila all the way. Don't worry about it, bro. I'll bring a bottle. Tito's, tequila, whatever you got. We have enough to supply the entire stadium. So we are getting hammered. Somebody's getting arrested. I heard Javi might tackle somebody. Hopefully the general's watching. He might tackle somebody, but we might be carried in the stadium, but it's going to be crazy. So I wanted to let that comment out. Let's get into a small breakdown of what you want to see. And I'm going to go, John. John, I'm going to ask you this, and then Ayo's going to do. So, John, you're going to do defense. Ayo, you're going to do offense. Give me one player, John, that you want to see an improvement from the last 3 games.
Oh, it's got to be Kiko. He's the leader of the defense. He's the brain of the defense. He's the veteran. Yeah, if you get a Kiko kind of game like 2023 Kiko, that'll be a big boost for the whole unit. And, everybody's going to follow. So it would have to be him for me.
Do you think some people are, look, man, guys, I don't know people's size and weight. I don't watch practice film. I'm just, I love watching the game. And then when we beat the crap out of somebody, like I tell you guys, Ayo knows this. When I'm having a bad day at work, I go on YouTube and put in the 2017 Notre Dame game, the 20 minutes of highlights. Makes me feel a lot better for my day. So I've seen that. But people are saying, hey, Kiko put on 10 or 15 pounds of muscle, trying to be more of a middle linebacker at the next level. Has that stopped his pursuit or sideline to sideline? Or is he just not, his eyes are on, maybe his eyes are in the wrong spot. I don't know. What do you think, John?
I think like a lot of guys, he's probably playing a little bit banged up, but it's not just him. It's for whatever reason, it's contagious. A lot of guys are missing tackles in the open field. To me, that's a mental thing. Look, is it poor technique? I don't know. At this level of college football, what basic technique stuff do you need to clean up at this point? You know how to tackle. Just do it.
You don't go high on a running back coming at you from 7 yards head start. You go low at the thighs. You wrap up one leg. If you're the outside linebacker, always force them back to the inside. That's where you got your help coming from.
Yeah. So, and the safeties especially. I mean, obviously the bad angles that we're taking, they're killing us. They're turning what should be a 10-yard play into a 30-yard play. We can't have that. So, you got to be able to get off the field. We held Louisville at 3 of 12 on 3rd down, so that was good. We did get a few stops. Problem was they were 3 for 3 on 4th down. So
yeah, I know.
Yeah, I don't think FSU is going to be going for it as much. I mean, especially if we hold them to like 4th and 5, 4th and 7. I mean, it'll be out of desperation, really. And if you can force Brock Glenn to 3rd and long and 4th and long, I'm sorry, nothing's going to happen. You saw the Duke game. What could they do? What could they do on 3rd and long? They couldn't do anything.
I saw 3 quarterbacks in the Duke game. I think I saw 2 or 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah, at least 2 are going to play. You just gotta win 1st and 2nd down. That's huge.
Right.
You got to hold them, get them behind the sticks, get them behind schedule, force them to 3rd and long situations, and then our offense will go right back out there and do their thing. And again, continue pounding it down their throat and hit them with a play action or 2. Maybe hit them with that trick play that we did to Virginia Tech.
With Arroyo?
With Arroyo, that Arroyo just sneaks out and he's all by himself. It'll be a wrap at that point. They'll quit, and we'll be off to the races at that point.
Then we'll be tailgating after the game again for another 2 hours so they kick us out.
We'll be tailgating probably during the game.
I got a lot of calls from, like, we all know JD, our waste management boss guy, #1 fan out there. He had texted me that it was like 2:00 in the morning when the cops said, finally, you guys are the last one here. Time to go. They were tailgating till 2 in the morning after Virginia Tech. So
nice.
Ayo, offense. We've been rolling. We've been doing good. We've been getting better. I mean, let's give credit to Damian Martinez last game. I'm very proud of the man. He took the coaching. He took the criticism. Coach said, I don't quit on you. And bro, those 20-yard runs, I mean, that he had people phenomenal. But I think I know who you're going to guess, but give me one player that starting to step up that you want to step up to another level.
Before I do, I want to throw something back to you guys about the defense, right? About Kiko. Do you feel like we're actually using him the way that he should be used? Because I honestly think he's more of a run-stopping linebacker and needs to be like QB spy, run gaps, and that's it. if you've noticed in that Louisville game, a lot of shots are off of him and whoever he's covering. Like some of the medium passes that, it's a slot or a running back and they get a chunk of, 15, 20 yards, or even the first down or the first play of the drive where we fumbled, or not fumbled, but the turnover, and then they try to go right for it. It was right off of Kiko, right? Kiko's not a coverage linebacker. I feel like that's the part that's actually screwing a lot of the coverages up, is that it's not so much of they're going after people. They're going after one zone between Mish and the DB, whoever he's with. They're going right between the two because they know there's no communication. And then they're going right after Kiko. It just seems like that's been their bread and butter, is go after this zone and go after him and just keep switching it up. Use the linebacker in the slot and then use a receiver to get between the two in the zone. One of those two should be open. And it seems like that's been the big play. I just feel like you have linebackers that are faster that you should be using to make them go in coverage and run after that running back versus Kiko, the slowest guy on that front seven. Let's just be real. I just don't think he's being used right. I mean, do you think that he's being blitzed enough or using his talent wisely?
John, I want you to answer that, but then I'm gonna add to his question real quick. Mm-hmm. So are we using him the wrong? I love the way he does blitz because I think he can run over a running back, create hectic. But do you think, by what AO just said, I thought Wesley would be more of a coverage with his speed, right, and then use Popo on a third down spy, because Popo, yes, he had a couple of misplays where his eyes were in the wrong, but you look at the way he hits the hole and the way his speed, he can control that. So I thought we would see more of that on third down. What do you think, John?
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense because Wes is more of the pass coverage guy. I mean, Wes can kind of do it all, but
right.
Kiko is an old school thumper. He will, he'll shoot the gaps and get your running back to the ground. But here's the thing: a lot of offenses are trying to, get the ball out quickly, those short, quick passes. And it's, they found a bit of a weakness in doing that because that kind of takes Kiko's strengths out of it. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, even though I just said right now, I would love to see him have a return to form kind of game. It's just that, will FSU follow the same formula these last few teams have followed and get that short, quick passing game going out of the gate? Or are they going to try to hand it off and try to set the tone? If they try to run the ball on us up the middle, forget it. Like Kiko's going to put a brick wall down. But does FSU have the ability to do that? That's the other thing, where I think, Guidry's scheming will come in is throw in a little bit more zone. Like they did do it in the last game a little bit. I thought guys were in better position. It's just making the tackle. If you could just keep players in front of you and force Brock Glenn and Rodemaker or whoever's going to play quarterback, it's probably going to be all of them at one point. Keep them in front of you. Make them go 12 to 15 play drives. They're going to screw up on one of those plays.
Right.
Someone's going to drop a pass. Somebody's going to deflect the ball in the air, and we get an interception. There's going to be a mishandled snap or something. Something's going to happen that we could take advantage of it. If we could just be opportunistic, I'll steal a line from Josh Pate earlier this week. He said it perfectly. It's like Miami doesn't need to dominate on defense. They don't even really need to be good. They just need to be opportunistic. Take the ball away a couple of times. Get a couple of stops. Get a sack. Just complement the offense, and they'll be fine.
And while scoring a team, because let's give a little bit of credit to Mike Norvell. The first quarter of most games, he's pretty good at trying to script something with what he has available. He's lost two more talents this week. We've said he lost the tackle and he lost the running back, so it's hard. I could see Norvell coming out. I could see our defense coming out with a lot of fire and over pursuing. So I can see a lot of counter plays. So if he's going to run the ball, a lot of counter plays, a lot of misdirections, just to try to get a little bit of motivation, knowing that we know they're hurting and we really want to attack. So, as a Miami player, I'm just watch out for the counters, keep your eyes, and always remember your role, because something is going to go in the opposite direction. So, AO, who's your offensive player?
Yeah, I think for Well, first, let me get the J. Canes with the $1.99 dono. 2 more days in a wake up. I'm glad the old man can actually count. I'm very proud of that. Usually by that age, they forget where they're at and what time it is or what day it is, man. So I'm very proud of him. So
he got a sponsor by the oatmeal brand, so he got free oatmeal for the week for FSC.
Like Quaker Oats.
Quaker Oats for Grandpa.
Quaker Oats was his cousin. So, but I think for me, I honestly think that the biggest is going to be for me is the line. I know it's a little unexpected from people to hear that, but what I expected this year's offensive line to do, I have not really seen, especially in the run game, is to push the shit out of people out there. Now, you did see that on the Louisville drive when you saw the pulling, right? You saw those guys grab the running back and start dragging them again, which we haven't seen since Cohen and those guys last year, right? So I think to me that was a big turning point of that team, was that continuity of I'm going to grab that running back, whoever it is, and we're dragging for 10 more yards. And I think you saw a little bit of that confidence building with Martinez about that too, because ever since that run, that man started running harder and harder and harder, and that complimented Fletcher so much. I think those two, like you guys were mentioning, it just wore them all out. And you started seeing missed tackles. And I think you took a lot of their steam out in that fourth quarter where you really needed it. And don't get me wrong, I mean, that last touchdown, you gave up the big play. Like, I guess we got to kind of – but at least we were building on something. We had a 14-point lead. You know what I mean? Like, we were there. You gave up the big play, but at least you were already there holding them back for the minute and a half left of the game. So I thought that was tremendous of what the team was doing. But I think that this offensive line can really show the country, like, we're going to start really dominating the trenches. You already see what the defense can do. Now watch what we can do. And I think if we get to that point again, that running back room is going to start making a lot of noise real quick, and it's going to put a little bit of, like you guys mentioned, a little fear into people as they walk in. They're like, oh, do I want to deal with Cam or do I want to deal with the running backs? I don't want to do
You want to know. Well, before I'm going to give you my two players easily. I'm going to give a shout-out to two players on the team. I'm going to give a player shout-out to Damian Martinez and our freshman running back, Lyle. Past years, guys, you all agree with me. If that would have happened to a starting running back, he might have checked out because of the culture. We talk about the culture every week, but it's hard not to use that word after seeing Damian Martinez. He's not the starting running back. He knew he was not, producing. And then does the quarterback coach give up on him? No, you're in there. You're getting the same snaps Fletcher is. And what did he do last week? He dominated. Martinez dominated. Another one that's been getting a lot of criticism, Sam Brown, our receiver. What's up? The Patron's in the house. Sam Brown's been getting a lot of criticism. Shorting routes, couple of drop balls. Look what he did last week. Guys, we're people saying, oh, we're not back. We're not back. But to get back, you have to have a starting point, and you must get there. And we're on the right track. And that's what Mario's doing. And people need to pay attention to that. So, real quick, our link is on the bottom. We have our Discord, the Miami Flow Discord. Bro, you guys want to get in there. We just started a betting channel in our Discord. People are posting all of their bets for the Hard Rock apps, for prize picks, for everything. And people are winning, so we're copying off each other. People are making money. We're having a good time, guys. Screw the regular Discord. I don't even care about that. The betting channel is where it's at.
I don't even know about the betting channel.
If you want in the betting channel, just tell Max he'll add you in. But, guys, we're posting all of our stuff in there. It's crazy. Let me tell you, I'm going to give you offensively, I'm happy for Sam Brown. Got a couple of big plays, couple of nice catches, did his routes. Continue that route, young man. Congratulations. That's what you're supposed to do when you get down yourself. Number two, and I want to I believe he transferred from Marshall. Was it our DB Hill?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah.
He transferred from So every time I see him cover somebody, I'm only seeing the back of his uniform. No matter what play it is, you know it's Hill because you don't see the front. You only see the back of his uniform. I don't know. Now, guess what, guys? I don't watch tape like John and Flo and Rasta and everybody else and Dono. John, correct me if I'm right or wrong, but every time you see a big catch on our DBs, you always see the back of Hill's jersey. So if I'm wrong, tell me, but he's been burned a lot the last few weeks for some big plays. And I'm not talking about touchdowns, but a 20 or 30-yard play is a big play.
Yeah,
So
him, Richard, Harris, like almost everybody's had a turn, unfortunately. Just either getting beat or missing an assignment. And you know they don't want to. I mean, they're aware they're not playing their best right now, and they want to get better, and they're working on that probably right now. Right now, they're probably watching film. You know, they're probably talking. Maybe they're working on some stuff. Maybe they're in the weight room. You know, they're trying to get better. And that's the difference with this team over past teams. They care, and I wouldn't be surprised if that defense comes out swinging and we see a couple of big hits early. Maybe someone jars the ball loose, gets the crowd into it. They're going to be fired up. It's going to be the defenses. Look at Martinez and look at Brown. You know they heard the criticism during the bye week and all that time off that we had.
Yeah.
You know they heard it, and they played like they heard the criticism. They played with a chip on their shoulder. Imagine the defense that's actually allowed to hit people, because the offense isn't allowed to hit people, but they are. So, and it's a rivalry, add to that. So I think we're going to see a much more physical team. All I ask is just don't over pursue. There's no reason to be over aggressive in this game whatsoever. You don't have to blitz a single play in this game.
I agree.
With your front four, you can get after this kid. On third down, third and long, send 3. Just kind of hang back. I bet one of those ends, Bain or Barron, one of them's going to get in there.
Oh, yeah.
So just do that on defense, and on offense, take care of the football. Just take care of the football. Ball security. We do those two things, we will be just fine.
Yeah.
Real quick, Falconer TRX, you probably have the coolest picture for your YouTube picture there. 305, Miami has to fix return coverage. I'm going to disagree a little bit. I think we just had a mental breakdown. I don't know if it was cold in Louisville that day and why Borregales wasn't getting the ball in the end zone. I don't think the ball ever gets returned the rest of the year. I'm going to be honest. I don't think the ball gets returned the rest of the year. Javi, real quick. We'll start with there, AO. You can click on, bro, I'm TRC and Lex standing, no chair. Guys, my son's a baseball pitcher. We had his high school game. He actually just called me. He's warming up. He's going in next inning. There's 2 pitchers. Each of them get, 4 innings. So I'll be out of here in about 15, 20 minutes. Guys, see him his last year before he goes to college. Kings, peace, siéntate. We want to talk the game, but I'm going to go a different route real quick, and then we'll jump back onto this. Let's go jerseys, man. We have almost 300 people in here. I want to talk about the jerseys, guys. We've done shows on tattoos, Vans. We've done shows on all that. Let's talk about what we care about. 1, we're going to see an ass kicking. Number 2, John is wrong. We don't need a fumble to get the crowd going. 10 gallons of Tito is going to help about half of that. So we're going to be going anyway. Somebody's going to get fucked up before this. We're going to have to carry somebody. Javi, if you try to tackle me, I'm whooping your ass. I'm going to say that real quick. Let's talk about the uniforms. I'm waiting for Lex to start jogging in place. Hey, Terry Kane, man, I hope you're doing good. How about a bleacher? John, if I'm at the bleachers, people are going to be cheering because we're up like 6-0 on this team, so I don't want all the background noise. So go to sleep. You already gave your dono. We appreciate it. Go to bed, Grandpa. They're talking about Ben from the You Heard made a huge comment today when they posted the black. They are playing with black uniforms because that is what you wear to a funeral. Mm-hmm. I loved it. I love the comment. I must have read it in my head 10 times. So I'm guessing they want everybody in orange and they want the players in black.
Yeah.
Bro, those new orange uniforms that had the 2 different fades of orange, I'm wearing it. I love the uniforms. I'm going to do exactly what the coach says to do. Coach said, get your orange on. I'm going to get my orange on. I still got a little bit of weight. I look like a fat-ass orange. I don't care. So what do you think about the uniforms, John? I mean, do you like the combinations? Come on, man.
Oh, yeah.
I want
Look,
everybody tell us on the chat if you like them.
This, I think, is the first year they've gotten the black uniforms right. They're perfect. It's just black and orange. There's no green throwing it off because the originals were pretty nice. The original Miami Knights that we were against Virginia Tech that one night, they were nice. A little bit too much green on the sleeve. That part looked a little bit weird. But now you have, with the old school textured numbers with little holes in them, it's orange with the orange lettering. It's all black and orange head to toe. You just got a little green with the U on the helmet, and that's it. The black on the helmet's nice and shiny. It's just, I thought, they've come close to getting it right over the years. I didn't like last year's, the glow in the dark ones. These are perfect, and I can't wait to see them.
I got made fun of that glow in the dark when I wore it on the show that I stopped wearing it. It hasn't came out of the closet in a while. Hey, what you thinking, bro? What you thinking?
At least you'll always be able to find it in your closet, no matter what time of day or night you go look for it. So,
bro, the power went out during the hurricane. My jersey lit up my closet.
Let's go get the jersey. So I like what you guys said. Like I do think I like the fact that they didn't try and do blackout for the crowd and blackout on the jersey. I like that you did the orange out. I think that really stands out. And I think that they're starting to understand the cinematic event of what a game should look like. Like Tennessee's done a really good job of that over the years, of making it be known where you're at. You know what I mean? Like when you see their checkered board, you kind of know what you're watching without it being posted on the screen. Other teams who have been up at the top have been doing that kind of thing. You know what I mean? And I think it's time for Miami to step the game up too, and fans react the same way. Like you don't get told it's an orange out and then you're wearing green there. You know what I mean? Like you do what the color is. You know what I mean? Like what is it? Tennessee actually says on the color scheme what color you have to wear to get in that stand, into that group. Like it's not your choice. It's you bought the ticket for orange, you bought the ticket for white, you're in one of those two colors, A or B. So I think that's what I like seeing us do too, is orange out, make Florida State recruits, fans, and that damn team understand where the hell they're at. You know what I mean? Like all jokes aside, they've always talked about renting the stadium. Show them it's our fucking stadium. And that's the best way to do it, is show them what it really is. Is Miami.
Falconer, TRX, another 305 Donald. Thank you, man. We appreciate supporting the NIL. I love the black and orange. I think it's badass. It sets the mood. He's right. It sets the mood for Halloween. It sets the mood for a funeral. And somebody made a comment here. The list of recruits is 200 plus of some of the most dominating players in the 25, 26, and some of those 27s that got offers up already, players coming in. I mean, this cannot set up for us any better. And look at the general. Excellent choice of jerseys, specifically for the recruit. The general is the most pickiest person when it comes to uniforms.
Right.
We all know that. He makes comments about that, and he's happy. Look at KP66 repeating what Javi said, plethora. That's the new word for the day, plethora. Yeah, so I said it. Look, guys, biggest thing for the fans is always the color combination jerseys. To me, that's a big thing about me. I love it. We love celebrating that part. Every game I've gone to the last 3 years, I make sure I'm wearing exactly what they're asking for. I wish we could do something like Tennessee. If you don't wear this, you're not getting in. Sometimes we don't get enough people to show up anyway, so we can't be too picky, as we say. But somebody made a question about marketing. Everything about marketing, everything about recruiting, everything the way we're playing, it's like boom, 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 walking right into Saturday. I mean, John, it can't be less than an A++. But what this recruiting staff has done to bring in recruits for this weekend, and let's just say, guys, I'm going to say right now, there's at least, John, over or under 10 secret recruits for this weekend. Over or under 10 secret recruits. And I'm not talking about just 25. It can be a combination of 26, might be committed somewhere. Let's talk about overall. Over under 10 secret recruits this week. or I just maybe call it even. I don't care. Give me your opinion, because that's what I'm kind of excited about, because we know it's going to get out when people see them and the phones come out.
Yeah. I mean,
And if you know something, and you want to give a hint, that's not bugs in my eye. I'm winking at you.
I mean, 10's a lot, even silent recruits.
That nobody knows about yet.
I mean, pop, like the ones that pop like right after this game, like over the next few days afterwards. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'm with Bobby down there in the comments. I would go under.
Give me your number. Give me a number then. I'm kind of excited for this weekend, so I went high.
I'd say like six people that give you a commit. I'd say I will be surprised if we land like 3 verbals, like that make it public. Maybe we flip DJ Pickett.
Well, no. Okay, let me. Okay, you understood my question the wrong way. Not committing or anything. 10 recruits that nobody knows about that's coming to the game.
Oh,
Maybe I said
secret visits.
Yeah. My fence chat. I said silent recruits. No. Let me say it right. We always know there's a visitor that doesn't want to be put out there because they're committed to a school or something, and they're begging them not to come. So let's say 10 on silent visitors secret visitors that might pop up.
Gotcha. In that case, yeah, probably it's likely way more than 10. I would say it's more than 10.
But like you said, I think it's because of the success. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real. I think Lex kind of pointed to it a little earlier, and it was kind of brilliant, which I'm going to hate to admit, 'cause he's going to hold that over my head for a while. But you're right. Like, anywhere a recruit is looking right now, it's Miami. And now you got the headphones with Cam Ward. You got Adidas with Cam Ward. Those are going to be nationally televised commercials. You're on ESPN and ABC the last 2 weeks. Your social media is with Modelo, and it's putting out amazing cinematic recaps of the games that are being thrown all over social media. You're looking like an elite program. So play like one, and you are. And like you kind of alluded to, this is all Mario needed, was people investing. The building was turned all towards one focus, and now you have winning. And look what it's already adapted to in 3 weeks. Because everybody's waiting, right? 4-0, and Miami's going to be Miami again. You didn't think it was kind of funny that all this came out right after Louisville? Like, the game that everybody's like, oh, Miami's going to lose to Louisville, and they beat them. You know what I mean? Like, it's coming down the pipeline. Like, people are like, okay, like, hey, I can throw some money at Miami. It'll be a good investment because their fans buy up shit. They're in a great market. Like, I went down in Miami, years of starting to see billboards of yourselves down there where there's merchandise in more stores, because when Miami's a hot ticket, everybody will buy in quickly because they know the ROI is going to be huge. Same thing for these recruits. They're seeing it and they're starting to believe it. You're going to get their parents on board. You're going to get them on board. I think we start cashing out. Like, I think it starts really, really becoming the domino effect in the next 2 weeks. Do what you got to do.
Let me ask you this. Ao, you said it perfectly. When we beat the Gators, didn't somebody put the U colors on the side of a building in downtown Miami? I mean, or Fort Lauderdale? I know it was all over social media.
Miami.
When's the last time you saw? When's the last time you saw that, guys?
Right.
Exactly.
With no kids on it. And it had it for days. Yeah.
And Falcon, another 305 donut. We appreciate you. Miami was built for NIL. Huge ad buy-in. Guys, we know one day Congress is going to have to step in for NIL. They're going to have to put limitations. I hope they wait 10 years. Miami is built for NIL. Miami has money compared. The only people that probably got more money than this is Texas oil money. Nobody has Texas oil money. Miami has the funds. They're spending a lot. They're still not spending the most. But what they're spending it on is paying off. That's the difference. We're not just spending money. We're spending money. Everybody cracked on Mario. Oh, man, the first part of the portal, people were upset that he only landed like 4 to 6 players for this year's class. I think it was only 4 to 6 in the first one. Mario, why didn't you get in this? Mario, why aren't you getting that? Mario, some of those players that people wanted Mario to get have already said, hey, we're going to take our red shirt for our last senior year next year with our team. We're transferring. We're going to take this. We're going to take that. The transfers that Mario is getting, nobody can talk crap about because except for one or two, they're panning out. So the money we're spending is being spent wisely.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope nobody ever steps into NIL because we have a huge advantage right now. If everybody's at the same quota, then competition gets harder. Right, John?
Mm-hmm.
So
100%. Yeah.
Guys, we're starting to get towards the tail end of our game. Again, get in our Discord. Discord is going 24/7. It's $8 a month. It goes to NIL. Nobody makes money on this. All the money that the $8 goes to NIL. We have the voice chats. We have the recruiting chats. We have the betting chats, which is probably the most popular chat right now in the last 2 weeks. So let's get in there. Ayo. Hold on a second. Okay, the end is not over. So I got about 5 minutes, guys. If you guys stay on, that's fine, but we're towards the end. Ayo. Oh, Fernie. Can't wait to see everybody on Saturday at the tailgate. Whoop that ass. All about the youth. $10 dono. Fernie. This is the guy that's going to hit the Cane's juice from Big Dog Cane before everybody. He takes about 5 cups and decides to make sure, is it accurate or does he more alcohol? So, Fernie.
It's called quality assurance.
Yes. He's like the liquor HR department to make sure it passes the tests for Fernie. Ayo, I want your hot take in the chat. Please give us your hot take. Give us your hot take and your score prediction.
Yeah, I think my hot take's gonna be pretty easy, man. Like I said, I really feel like it will be close in probably the first quarter. I think Miami starts kind of putting it on in the second quarter. I think they get the crowd kind of re-energized and it starts kind of getting really moving in the second. I'm gonna go. It's gonna be a shellacking, and I'm really hopeful for it. I'm gonna go 52-3. I don't want them to score a touchdown. They have not scored over. They haven't scored over 20 points, boys. So I don't think
Cal hasn't either, but
huh?
Cal hasn't either, but damn, 52-3.
3. I think that you just literally see if you like John mentioned, if they come out with a hot start, the crowd's into the game at the very beginning. They don't see their fans in the stands. I think you shove it down their throat, pause. Then guess what? I think you literally take their whole wind out of their sail. And I think the only ones that continue to play and probably start playing dirty is one certain D tackle that I think has a little bit of a chip on his shoulder from Miami. I don't know if he's even playing. I haven't heard of him from this year. So best of luck of his season, but I think he's the only one that will continue to try and play on that defensive line. I think everybody else checks out.
Okay. John, hot take, score.
So, you know how we've been averaging over 500 yards every game? I think like 7 games in a row now or something like that. Most of it has been passing yards every game. This will be the first game that it's more rushing yards. In fact, I think we rushed for about 300 yards in this game as a team.
Nice. Wow.
Again, I think we just pound them for 4 quarters. That would be Mario's dream scenario.
Yep.
We pound them for 4 quarters, right around 300 yards rushing for the game. Cam has just a nice workman's-like effort, maybe throws a couple of touchdowns, but the rest is just domination on the ground. And we win. I'm going to stick with the score I've been saying all week, 45-16. I think FSU probably scores a garbage touchdown late in the game and doesn't get the 2-point conversion, hence the 16.
Nice.
My hot take is just, number one, always injury-free. When you start seeing some of that dirty crap, get them out. Number 2 is clean up your mistakes. Let's clean up. Get better. Let those players that have been struggling get better. Just this is a game. If we see that, because we're kind of, I don't want to look past FSU. Guys, FSU for the first 30 minutes of football is going to give us everything they got. After halftime, we're going to put up 21, 28 points. They're not going to score, maybe a field goal. But I think the first 2 quarters, if you have any respect for yourself and the rivalry you play, no matter how bad your year you're playing in, you're going to give it everything you got. So I think the first quarters, I think my prediction is close to what AO has, but I'm going to go 52-21. I think they get 2 touchdowns in the first half. And I think one of them is going to be the first or second drive. They're going to sneak one in where we're maybe towards the end of the half, and maybe in the fourth quarter when we decide to pull everybody up because we're up 52-14, they might get a pass or two in on our backup DBs. So I think 52-21. I think one of those will be garbage time. But I just think that, Norvell's going to plan the best he can against what we've been doing bad. And I think he's going to try to take advantage of it in the first or second series. And I think they score. So after the first 2 possessions, it's probably a 7-7, 10-7 game us right now. So, but guys, everybody in the chat, we have one job to do for everybody in here. Number 1, we win out. I will personally be donating a orange jersey in a raffle. We will be doing $2 tickets at the end of the year, 12-0. I'll donate the jersey myself out of my pocket. Ship it, overnight shipping and everything. Number 2, we have our promo code for Caneswear, our sponsor, Belt to Ass. You can use it online. You can use it in the store, but it's 12% off your entire purchase, including clearance stuff. And trust me, you spend $500 on FSU weekend, you just save $60 plus your shipping. So use that, okay? Hold on one second. My son's coming to pitch, guys. So I love you. Everybody have a safe one, but we're going to end the show the same way. It always has been, always will be about that you. Pack the rock, fuck FSU, right, John?
Yes, sir. Fuck FSU.